Let's begin with the House, where you reside. What is the scuttlebutt of keeping Johnson around? Are people going to fall in line because Trump is saying, okay, we'll keep him? I mean, we saw that with McCarthy, and Gates and some other boys still said nope and got rid of McCarthy. So what's happening with Mr. Johnson?
I think Mike will retain his seat.
All right.
I think that having President Trump come in is going to give him the ability to get the agenda through. And Dan, you and I have had this conversation many times. Mm-hmm. The Democrats, when they take possession, when they take power of Washington, D.C., even if they have a thin majority, once they have the majority, they push their agenda through. And after they have pushed their agenda through, they go back and they try to give cover to their vulnerable members. And the Republicans, their problem is that once they get the majority, they immediately start trying to give cover to their vulnerable members. It's like, no. Pass your agenda first. Well, now, with President Trump coming in, Mike Johnson knows the right thing to do. Okay. I think that instead of trying to give cover to these vulnerable members, he's going to have the force behind him to have President Trump go into these vulnerable members that are saying, we can't support that legislation now. And he's going to say, for the good of our country, which is what you ran for, you need to pass House Bill 2 and make sure that we secure
HR 1.
You need to pass HR 1 and get our energy package through. You need to go along with the efficiencies that we think Elon Musk will help us identify and reduce the size and the scope of the federal government.
I mean, Elon did a poll that had millions of people, and he tagged Trump in it. Trump even said he wanted Rick Scott. Everybody wanted Rick Scott from Florida. He gets the least amount of votes in a secret vote. What the hell is going on in the Senate?
You cannot have change with the same people running the operation, and even if you change the rules. As we worked very hard in January of 23 in the House, and with Matt Gaetz' help, and Andy Biggs' help, and Eli Crane's help, to go in and change the rules, we also recognize that you have to change the leadership who's going to implement those rules, or else you haven't changed anything. Mm-hmm. And to put John Thune in, who is nothing but an apostle of Mitch McConnell, who has been brought up on all you have to do is make sure that you raise plenty of money for these folks and they will vote for you. That is very problematic. I had dinner with Rick Scott at his home every Wednesday night last year for the entire year with a small group of folks from the House and the Senate talking about strategies about what we could do to restore regular order and to get a conservative agenda brought forward. And Rick Scott would have actually been the change agent that the United States Senate needed.